on Sotah Perek Tet, Mishnah Chet, 8th Mishnah, 9th and final chapter, Masechet Sotah. So in our Mishnah, we're just going to describe, we've had Mishnah out like this before. We have contradictory testimony, and when do you believe the contradictory testimony, when don't you? Says the Mishnah, so let's say, remember we said, we'll just go back briefly, we said, Lo noda mihikahu. The whole point of Eglah Arufah is we don't know who did it. And it's not a question of can we convict him, but do we know who it is? Is it known or not? So one guy says, one witness says, I saw the murderer. Another guy says, you did not see the murderer. And here the Kahati says, it's as if it's like he says, not that you didn't see him, because there's no way to say you didn't see him, meaning, wait, when did you see him? On Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Tuesday at 1 o'clock, we were sitting in Yad Binyamin eating falafel together, and there's no way you could have seen this, out in the middle of the fields. So therefore, it's contradictory testimony. Isha omeret ra'iti v'isha omeret lo ra'it. A woman says, I saw the murder. Another one says, you did not see. So, and the Contradictory says, they both came at the same time. Why? If one witness comes and says, I saw the murderer, then the Beit Din, they have the ability, in this case, it's an Isur, it's a case of Isur. Why? Because you're not punishing the guy, but it's a question of, do we do the Eglah Arufah or not? So they believe him, okay, he did it. You saw the person, you think it's Jack the Ripper? Fine, so we're not going to do Eglah Arufah. Torah he'eminatu. The Torah believes him. Dichtib lo noda mihika. We don't know. We saw that pasuk. We don't know who did it. Ha noda, but if you know, afilu api edechad ein orpi. Even if there one witness, they wouldn't do the ceremony. So therefore now, we accepted the one witness. And then another guy comes. Even another comes and says, no, we don't, we were eating falafel. Eino ne'eman hasheni. We don't believe the second guy. She'ein dvarav shel echad b'makom shnayim. Because the witnesses, the testimony of the first one is not ne'eman in the case of two. One does not beat two. I'll explain. So the one guy comes, Eid echad comes, one guy comes. So if we believe him, then he's equal to Shnei Edim. He's considered like Shnei Edim. Why? Because we believe him. Since the Torah says, in this case we believe, he's like two witnesses. So therefore, if an Eid Sheni comes, now it's 2 against 1, and 2 against 1. The second one is not believed. But if they come at the same time, and they're contradictory, then we never had the opportunity to believe the first Eid. So therefore, we don't believe either one. And therefore, if they have contradictory testimony, Hayu or Pim. They would do the Eglah Arufah because we don't know who did it. One witness says, I saw Shnayim Omrim Lo Re'iti. No, two guys come along and say at the same time, you did not see. Hayu or Pim. Then it's a Safek. Then for sure, okay, they would do Eglah Arufah. Now, this is obvious. If 1 and 1, then isn't it 1 and 2? I.e., if 1 and 1 at the same time, they would do Arufah. Then if 1 and 2 would do the same time, then certainly they would do it. So the Bar Tanura says, Kagon Shashnayim Ve'echad, the Gemara Kalam says, are Psulei Edut. Meaning the first witness is a special case where they're not really reliable, and therefore, we've seen this Mishnah before, the Psulei Edut halachar achar rov deyot. In Psulei Edut, you go after the majority. Shnayim amre'inu ve'echadam hem lo re'item. Two guys say, listen, we saw Jack the Ripper, and one guy comes along and contradicts him and says, no, you didn't. Lo ayu arpim. Then we would accept the two are reliable, the one is not, and they would not do the Eglah Arufah, because now we know enough to know who did it. We'll stop here and dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha Misa Kalman. Have a great day.